So what if reincarnation isn't something your soul chose? What if you forgot the reason you're here? What if you forgot how to find an exit? Are we trapped? This is what I asked the cards today. Are we in a soul trap? How do we get out? Is there an exit? Why do so many people feel like they don't want to come back here? They don't want to reincarnate back into this life. How do we get out? What the cards revealed to me was fascinating, and I really had to focus because they were trying to distract me so I wouldn't be able to reveal this information. I hope you enjoy this reading. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Any questions that you have for the cards for the next reading, I'd love to hear. Please share your experience. And I hope you enjoy this reading. Okay, let's do the Neptune moon reading first of all. Now, my main questions here are we in a soul trap? The reincarnation is a soul trap. Can we get out? Well, here it is freedom. It says the rebel's liberation, freedom from bondage. We are bound. But there's deception, keeping us bound. The whole system of reincarnation keeps us bound. It's not what we think it is. This card came out twice. It says the inner oracle, the truth resonates within. Even though it sits next to a deception and discernment card, it's saying we have to feel it inside. Okay, if we tap in to our soul spark, to our true essence, we have to be able to feel something isn't right here. It has to resonate with us. There's got to be a reason why we're being revealed all the evilness around us, and we're all starting to think, I'm not coming back here. I'm not doing this. I don't fit here. I'm not coming back to this cycle. Now, maybe that's part of the plan. Maybe it's part of why we're seeing so much evil is because it makes us determined to say, I am not coming back here. Because maybe that is the key to how we liberate out of here. Because no matter what deception presents to us when we are faced with that choice of returning, if we are determined to say, I am not coming back here, maybe that's the secret here. Now, there's advanced knowledge here beyond our comprehension. So there's information that's recorded, but beyond our knowledge. Now, while the information that we have the old information about the old reincarnation system. One of the questions I'll ask the other deck is, was it hijacked or sabotaged? Because sometimes we get that in these cards. There's more information about it that we don't know that's not revealed. It's advanced knowledge. It's information that is beyond our comprehension. But it's information that's part of our destiny. Okay, as I touch each card, I just want to see if I can get more information, and then I'll pull back and see what the overall story here is. Now, this is the Akashic Records. Another favourite topic of these cards. So as I'm tapping in, I'm actually seeing the soul journey recorded like a maze. They're showing me a maze. They're showing me like the soul does its life, comes back out, loops back in, because that's not the exit of the maze. It's like the maze just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And each time you exit out, you're just in a different part of the maze, trying to get out of that maze. But each time you exit out, it's like you're back in the maze. You're not, and you're trying to find the exit point. That's what they're showing me here with this card. what the card means is it talks about the Akashic Records, Keeper of Destiny. It records every lifetime experience that we've ever had, which is what I was expecting to see when I touched this card. But what they showed me was the maze. It's like you think that you get through the maze. You do what you're supposed to do as you try to find the exit, but you're thrown back in and you're just back in the maze again. And it's like all these little obstacles that you have to work your way through, like a game, I guess. Which is why the game deck's going to be really good here. Several layers deep, they're showing me. This card. So are they wanting us to get out of the matrix, out of the loop, out of the game, out of the reincarnation soul trap? It's like we think we get out of this loop or out of this maze, but we really are just thrown back into it. Advanced levels to the game. You just keep advancing to different stages of the maze. I'm also seeing that there's different points in each game, each layer, each level, or each section of the maze. Practically, that would be your life points. There's different points, like glitches or sparks of recognition, where you're actually shown. This is what they're bringing me back to now. Truth resonating within. So there's different points within while you're in this life that we're in, right? Each one of us in this life right now. We're faced with different points that we come up to where somebody's either trying to feed us information or watching us like lab rats to see how we respond to these points. They're showing me points that you come up to in your life and how you respond to that point. Does that spark truth and resonance? It's like to progress to the next level, to the next layer. These two cards here make sense to me as to you think you're getting out of the maze. We'll call it a maze because that's the picture they showed me. And I'm talking about your life, this life that we're in right now. So you think you get out, but there's a veil of deception. And you're right back in it again. But you're shown little access points. Now, I don't know if okay. Now, if this was back to the analogy of the maze that they showed me, an access point, an entry point, an exit point. So maybe maybe it's like not a activation or a resonance or a truth that's known. I don't want to lose the stream that's coming through. Maybe it's a point where this is the point where you can exit the maze. And do you recognize that within you? Do you see that is a point of a real exit? Or are you distracted, deceived, and take a different direction? Interesting. So it says here, in the silence, the truth unfolds. So it feels to me like a feeling of a point that's presented to you in your life. Maybe it's a glimmer of a thought or a spark or something somebody says. You sit with that thought or that point or that decision or whatever it is, how it occurs to you, I don't know. But in that silent moment, don't be distracted by what's going on around you. Sit in the silence or the moment of that thought, that feeling, that truth resonating within you. Because that is the point of departure. So this is saying all simultaneously unfolding at the same time. I want to keep it as practical information as I can. So so getting back to making it practical, what I'm saying here is that there's a feeling or a sense or there's a lot of distractions here. There's a lot of it's a maze. So it's like they want you to go this direction. And it's like when you're getting close to a part that really is an exit or advancement to the next level, like this one here is saying, it's like you're going to be distracted or confused, or you're going to be intentionally redirected elsewhere, because they don't want you to take that exit, because that is the real exit. That is the advancement next level. That's out of this difficult, challenging level that we're on. So is this a soul trap? Well, it is, because it's like a maze. It's like you trying to find your way out. You think you're going the right way out, but you're not. You just get thrown straight back in under the guise of deception or choices or whatever it is. You make the choice to come back in. You make a choice in your life, whatever it is. Something so wonderful happens to you that you think, oh, I just love this life. And then when you pass, you want to come back because you want to be with that person again. Or you understand what I'm trying to say here. So it's a distraction that keeps you invested, is what I'm hearing, in this maze game. But this is all simultaneously happening at the same time. As you're looking for a inner spark or memory of why you are in the game, because you've forgotten. So this card here is unfolding at the same time as all these deceptions and distractions, and they're not always bad distractions. Like I said, they're love. They're things that want to keep you here, that make you go a different layer of the maze, a different life experience, a reason that you want to keep coming back in. But then when you're in this moment of silence, trying to remember why you came here in the first place. What's the reason behind the maze, the life, the reincarnation cycle, the loop? We are affected. We're all affected by this matrix, this maze, this game, this reincarnation loop or cycle, this trap, the soul trap. It's all about the wanderer's path. It's all about travel and movement. So moving through the layers, advanced layers, moving through the stages, the access points, the entry points, the exit points, the points where we make decisions or where we're given choices, the points where we meet people that take us deeper into the maze. The interactions. They're showing me like that movie where Matt Damon and the agents come in and they've got their little iPads and it shows meeting points between people, and they either try to get them to meet or they try to not. That's why they're making me, and they're saying simultaneous at the same time. So interactions, and now we're talking about other people. So we interact with other people for purposes. Is that purpose to further us along the game? Is there somebody trying to introduce somebody to help us further move through the maze? Or is it as a distraction to keep us hidden further into, or to go further into the maze, back into our life, back into, okay, I love this life, or, you know, I'm working towards this opportunity, and I really feel like I'm going to keep, I want to keep making an effort, or I want to keep trying here. But what you're saying is that you want to keep trying in the maze. You want to keep in the maze. When you're given these little access points of sparks of memory or information, because they keep showing me points, like triangle points, where you come up to this point where it's an opportunity for a remembrance, an inner knowing, a truth that resonates within, a silence where the truth unfolds. So it's points of access of knowledge of information. So it's points where you can glean what you're really here for, a spark of memory of why you are actually in the game. If you listen and don't get distracted. But it's all about movement and how we move through the lives, the maze, the game. This is a game deck. It's a deck that I don't use very often, but I love it. So let's ask question and answers. Now keep in mind the main topic of this conversation today is are we in a soul trap? And is there a way out? Can we get out? So first of all, first question, are we in a soul trap? Okay, this card just jumped off the table. We are in a hidden. Are we in a soul trap? Unlocking a sequence, a hidden level. Consequences have effects, and that's our decisions and choices we made, just like I said in that last reading. So are we in a soul trap? We're hidden in a depth of maze. I'm trying to unlock different levels. What is the intention or the purpose of reincarnation? What is the purpose of our life? Why are we really here? To complete the levels. We're here to complete levels. Can we get out of this level? Can we just exit out of this level? That would be breaking a script. That would be breaking a script or breaking a contract, because we have the interesting Akashic field, archives, soul contracts, breaking a soul contract. This is a scripted non-player and not play anymore. How interesting are these cards? And I don't use them enough. It says, can we get out? We can break a script, break a contract, and not play. What would we do instead if we did that? If we did break a contract to get out of this game, or this level, as you say, or this maze, and we break our contract or break our script, what would we do? Truth revealed, reality would be seen. We'd have to change and rewrite to a new contract or a new script. This is a card of clarity. Truth revealed, the clarity of the situation. Do we choose to be in this maze, this script? Now, I'm not saying do we choose this life, like reincarnation, we choose to keep coming back. I'm saying, why have we chosen this level? Or is what I'm trying to get at, is this a level we have to complete, or have we chosen to do this level? The visual interface, the construct, the clarity of the construct, a shared collective field. The construct is a shared collective field, programmed, but it's an outdated program. This is an edge walker, having no fear. Okay, and this is an outdated script. The program we are in is an outdated script. It says exit the construct. Exit the construct. This is the construct interface that we're in. We're trying to exit this outdated construct. And this is an explore and explore. We're trying to explore to find the exit to this outdated construct. So are we stuck in an outdated construct? Okay, a couple of things here. A glitch anomaly, trying to get to the doorway. What have we got here? We've got another one. A mass script. So it's a mass script. So is this an outdated script? Well, it's a mass mind. Now this reminds me, they say that we are trapped, a soul trap, but also that other entities are trapped here and cannot get out because we're trapped. But there's a collective trapping here. The characters just keep incarnating by design from the programmer. Keep getting reset. There's resistance and pushback whenever we try to find the doors, the open doors. There's pushback and resistance, just like that first spread said. That encourages us to keep incarnating back into this character. So is this an outdated script or construct? It is one where we get pushed back every time we try to exit from the architect or the programmer. We get there's resistance to try and exit. Every time we try to exit, we just get reset and we incarnate. Interesting. Is there a way to exit? Is there a way to exit this level, this maze, this layer? Oh, I just found a good card. Let me show you this one here. Alignment, coherence. That's hard energy, activation. Return to play. Respawn or return to play. Stabilize and ground. There's a hidden level. Having coherence, which is heart energy activation. It's a whole body coherence too, by the way, and it's with your connect. That they're two very key points to the answer. Is there's an alignment between coherence and consciousness, being self-aware of what consciousness really is, or self-aware to the source consciousness. The whole coherence between mind, body, spirit, coherence between the mind and the heart. It's alignment. So is there a way out? There's a handler to keep us inbound. And this is all simultaneously happening at the same time. But there are direction cues. Like I said, when I kept seeing the points, it's like we come up to little cues of knowledge or remembrance. We forget them very quickly because we're distracted or we're given choices to go that takes us deeper in there. But we do receive direction cues. But then we're given consequences have effects. So we're given distractions or choices or things that keep us deeper and moving on past that point. So it's like this arrow they show me. It's like maybe it's an arrow pointing to a direction. This is the direction because we see this and they keep showing me a point. So it's a direction. We're given cues to which direction we have to go, but then we're easily distracted or and we miss our cue. We miss our direction. So part of getting out is listening to those cues. Okay, now they're showing me this arrow lights up. So when we listen and we are aligned to our self-aware of our consciousness or self-aware of our alignment and our coherence, it lights up. Not physically, but we see it a bit clearer. We keep seeing the solar, the clarity. We see that clearer. That too is a frequency, by the way, that solar card. Okay, is frequency a key to this? Is there a certain frequency that helps the exit point light up or the way through the level light up? Is it frequency connected? Okay, so it's a continuation still to run. Ascent, rising frequency. Now, rising frequency, it's not about one particular frequency. It's about rising your frequency. Now, that coherence and that mind, source mind and heart coherence, that alignment, is what raises you up through your frequency. That is probably what lights up the direction for you. It raises your frequency so that you can see it more clearly, and then this little nudge or this direction cue that comes in is not just something background noise. It becomes something that's in lights or something more clear. You see it clearer. Now, this pattern's coming, it's this visual imagery is becoming very strong that I'm seeing. So they're showing me the solar card, which is rising frequency, clarity. It's the clarity connection, the frequency. The solar. Now, the solar is your throat chakra and your third eye chakra. That's those two frequencies. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. I don't want to get distracted because they're showing it really, really clearly now. So they're saying that coherence, alignment, source mind connection raises your frequency so that it doesn't. So when you're given a direction cue, you see it more clearly. It doesn't become background noise. You don't forget it. You see it very clearly. Okay, this is the direction I have to go. Now, is there something we have to say to exit the program? 2 questions here. The other one is learn, decode. The other one here, and this is source field. I'm being distracted right now, so I have to be very careful to stay on track here. So 2 questions. One is there something we're supposed to say when we exit, or do we have to actually achieve, or is there a reason for it? Let's ask first, do we have to achieve something in this level, or can we just attune to see the direction cues and exit? It's a game. This is a game. So there's obviously an objective in the game. There's branching potential, so there's all different ways. This is a maze. You see all the different directions? This is the game. It's like a maze. This is system integrity. We are enforced into the game. Lucid awareness, to become lucid. This is what I'm saying. This is when you align your coherence and your source mind or self-awareness, then it lights up. The awareness lights up. So your character becomes lucid within the maze. So then you can clearly see the direction. Okay, it feels to be almost like a dream, that we're in a brain fog and we're just, participating in this life as if it's a dream. We're just going along with it. We're meeting people, we're doing things, we're achieving things, we're doing whatever we do in our lives. But when we switch on, raise that frequency, vibration, ascend those ladders, we are aware of the maze that we're in the game. We become aware. We become aware of the reason. And this is senses, presence. We become present or lucid within the game. We know why we're here. We know the reason we're here. Can you give me a clue? What is the reason we're here? Can you give me a clue? Okay, so it's a feedback loop, the reincarnation cycle. Keep coming back into the game. We're trying to unlock something, a level within the game. We're trying to unlock something, and it's a loop. We just keep getting fed back in. We think we're exiting the loop or the maze, but we're not. We just get fed straight back in. We're trying to unlock a hidden level, maybe a hidden doorway. It comes down to consciousness within the game, being aware of why you're here, being aware of the reason, and looking at the high wave, the window cycle. Wonder if the window's an exit. I wonder if it comes in cycles. And there's entry points, exit points, and you become aware of your character within the game. And then what's hidden in background noise, or the direction cues I'm talking about, are hidden as background noise. Certain cycles, they become visible. You become aware. Now, what they're showing me here is that I'm always searching for what makes you more psychic. So I understand that, like for me personally, I go in cycles. So some cycles I'm like floating, and my aura is really vibrant and pulsating, and I'm really tapped in and very clear communication, lots of visions, lots of dreams, and there's cycles where and I'm always wondering what makes those cycles more active, what activates those cycles. And then you go down into a lower cycle where you come down into base senses or base knowledge, or just reading cards and things like that. But then then you go into a high cycle, and then you get all this extra flood of information, the connections, the points, the sparks, the understanding, the clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, the whole lot of them. It becomes a whole bigger, broader range of senses, not just those base senses we saw in that last spread. They become heightened, and you can become more aware of who you are and what your character is within the game. So this is what I'm saying. There's certain points where you become more aware, and this is a window of one of them. When you're in one of those high cycles, that's when you're really in one of these stages where you can see things clearly. And they're showing me now again, that's that point where it lights up, because you can see it's a directional cue, and it's not just background noise, just senses. You have to have those senses really activated and turned on. I want to be clear. So it's not just physical senses, whatever. I'm not going to go through them because I don't want to lose the train of thought. It becomes more a wider senses, stronger claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairaudience, all of them. They become more heightened, more aware, more connected to your self-consciousness, not self-consciousness, your expanded consciousness. So they're showing me this one right here. This is the image they're showing me. I'm not looking at the cards. I'm tapping into spirit as I'm getting. They're showing me this. So they're saying that you become not just the physical senses of your body, you become more aware, self-aware of the expanded senses around you. And that is part of that raising of that frequency, that coherence, that heart activation, that electromagnetic frequency around your heart activates and pumps and sends out all the signals. It sparks the brain signals here, and then it becomes expanded awareness, knowledge. The senses become heightened, and then when you're fed these directional cues within the game of understanding direction and reason, it becomes lit up. So you can't, it's unmistakable. You can't, it's not just background noise. You know this is the exit. This is the reason for this level. I think I got through it. So it's important now to understand, gain that knowledge, so you're not just entering or exiting back into the game. You think you're exiting, but you're just thrown right back into the maze on a feedback loop. Again, we've got Akashic field. There's an instinctual knowing of why we're really here. Reality really gets seen here. Truth gets revealed. And you change the game. Okay, that was a lot. I'm just going to ask, I'm not going to ask any more questions because that took a lot of brain power for me to bring that download through. So I'm just going to say if there's anything else that the cards want to reveal here. My brain power is completely gone. Have no fear. That's your solar. Okay, this is good. I'm really glad they brought this through. And the other card that jumped off the table is the heads up display. It's the symbolic cues. It's the direction cues. The heads up display means that you have to expand your awareness. And I apologize, my brain's completely gone now. It's took a lot of brain power to get that through. They're showing me like in a game where you press a button and you see your life force, you see your levels, you see what you've accumulated in your life. It's your heads up display in your game. Clarity to see where you are on your level. Have no fear, because fear diminishes that whole thing that we just talked about how to get that vibration up, get that window cycle open, the coherence. Fear does the complete opposite. So have no fear. Don't have no fear. This is just a construct. It's a visual interface. And there is a heads up display. You have access to the information. You had that clarity. Also want to just say, I'm just going to read the number here. This is it says 700. Oh, I can't quite read that. It could be 741 or 742 hertz. This is the throat chakra, and it's clarity. It dissolves the distortion of this field so you can get a clear heads-up display and symbolic cues, exactly what I talked about. They become clearer when you raise that frequency, climb that ladder that we saw in the last spread. This is just a visual interface, a construct. Have no fear. Hope you enjoyed that reading. Let me know what questions that triggered for you, so then I can ask the cards with this little deck. This is a brilliant deck of what your questions are. Thanks for watching.